Continuing my Eastern Conference preview, Southeast Division, I suspected the Atlanta Hawks, or expect the Atlanta Hawks to win the division and make it 3 straight Southeast Division titles. Let me start by saying first 2 key moves that happened for them. The trade involving Jeff Teague, the three-team trade involving the Hawks, the Jazz, and the Pacers, in which Dennis Schroeder will now take over as the point guard. I think that will go swimmingly for them. And then Dwight Howard coming in, Hal Horford leaving through involving free agency. I think that's actually a win for all parties that's involved. Horford, he's a good player, a very good role player who gets be another good team. And he gets paid, and he gets his last major contract, which is good for him. As far as the Hawks, I think that they might actually be better in the postseason with Howard over Horford, and I'll explain real quickly. As good as Al Horford was at what he does, playing both ways, skilled, being part of a team concept, Howard actually has more of a rim protector, better rebounder, more of an intimidation factor. I mean, LeBron James was, for the 2 times that they've swept them, just freight train to the basket the entire time. Howard will give him something more to think about, and for him, it's a win, even though he didn't seemingly want to come back home. The ball's not going to stick in anyone's hands in Atlanta. He'll be more involved offensively, and he will actually be able to bring back his value, because a lot of people have had a thing on hating or disparaging Dwight Howard. I think he'll have a bounce back year. I think that they could end up maybe not necessarily making to the Eastern Conference Finals, but certainly if they match up with the Cavs, being more of a, or the Raptors, being more of a difficult out, and somebody who's actually there that can help their backline, because they're on the perimeter, they're pretty good defensively, including even Paul Millsap, and he's going to have the burden more of an offensive load. As good as Schroeder is going to be, I don't think he's going to be much. If he's an improvement offensively, I don't think he's going to be much of an improvement. Also, Bazemore, I think he will pick up more points in the offense. The concern is about Kyle Korver. He's been a very valuable soldier for them, but he seems to be on the decline. How many more years do they have of having his lethal shooting? And how long is he going to be able to be a viable team defender? He's not a very good individual one-on-one defender, but in a team concept, he's able to hold up very well as he gets up in age. Exactly how many more years will he be able to, provide something of assistance on the defensive end? Mike Budenholzer, he's brought over obviously the San Antonio Spurs offense. I expect it to keep rolling. Expect it to be a pretty good offensive team, top 10 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. And to be around probably win total where they were last year, maybe even in the low 50s. There could be as many as 5 teams in the Eastern Conference with 50 wins. The Cavs, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Pacers, and the Hawks each have the ability, in my opinion, to win 50 games. And so that means there'll be some teams that will have dog years at the bottom. And then you'll have those 5 teams that separate itself. I think the Raptors and Cavs are up here, and the Celtics, Pacers, and Hawks are in the next tier, and then Charlotte is in a tier by itself, and then you have the last two spots, which could be 4 or 5 teams. I'll go more so into my Eastern Conference questions for the preview, but as far as I'm concerned with the Atlanta Hawks, they're in good hands. They'll be a good team. They'll probably make it to the second round, and for them, maybe hope to advance with having Dwight Howard come back home.